Moscow screams Russia. But St. Petersburg? It's a city stolen from Europe. One Russian city that feels like it doesn't belong. And it makes you wonder, are you really still in Russia? Why does St. Petersburg feel so different? From the beginning, this city wasn't destined to be ordinary. It was born with a mission, to be Russia's window to Europe. Everything was carefully designed to reflect European beauty and order. And behind this vision stood Peter the Great. In 1703, he brought a piece of Europe onto Russian soil. St. Petersburg wasn't just built, it was a daring experiment to make Russia part of Europe's world. Did architecture shape St. Petersburg's soul? Without a doubt. Walk through Moscow and you'll see a chaotic mix. Medieval onion dome churches next to skyscrapers. But in St. Petersburg, everything feels planned, elegant, symmetrical. Imperial palaces rise in perfect elegance. Just look at the Catherine Palace. It could easily rival Vienna's Schönbrunn. Neoclassical style? You'll find it in Kazan Cathedral, a vision drawn straight from Rome's St. Peter's Basilica. And when you step into Palace Square, you can almost sense Paris. Its symmetry and scale echo the Place de la Concorde. Standing there, it's hard to believe you're in Russia at all. The city whispers Europe at every corner. An imperial capital? For 2 centuries, yes. St. Petersburg was where Russia's biggest decisions were made. Diplomacy, court life, and politics all flowed through this city. It hosted coronations, welcomed foreign embassies, and filled its halls with aristocratic balls. The Tsars wanted a city that would impress Europe, and the Winter Palace, rivaling Versailles, shows exactly that. St. Petersburg also became a center for Russia's art, literature, and science, a place built to shine in Europe's eyes. Then came 1918 and the capital moved to Moscow. But under the Soviets, it became a capital of power, practical and political. If Moscow was Russia's stage for its own people, St. Petersburg was always Russia's stage for Europe. Culture has always been a defining trait of St. Petersburg. Why? Because this is the city of Pushkin, Dostoevsky, and Tchaikovsky. Its streets gave life to crime and punishment, and its concert halls echoed Russia's greatest music. The Hermitage stands here too, rivaling the Louvre with over 3 million works of art, including masterpieces by Rembrandt, Da Vinci, and Van Gogh. How did geography influence St. Petersburg? Built on the Neva River and crossed by more than 300 bridges, some of which open at night, the city almost feels Venetian. And then there are the white nights of summer, when the sun barely sets and the city glows in a magical way. No other Russian city, not even Moscow, can offer this kind of atmosphere. Peter the Great knew exactly what he was creating, a city unlike any other. War scars? St. Petersburg endured one of the darkest chapters in history, a 900-day siege during World War II. Over 1 million lives were lost to starvation and the freezing cold, most of them civilians. Yet the city never gave in, never surrendered. Out of that suffering grew a spirit of endurance and tragic heroism, a pride that still sets St. Petersburg apart even today. A different identity? Just ask a Muscovite. They'll say Moscow is about power, politics, ambition, and money, but St. Petersburg tells another story. Its residents often see themselves as more European, more intellectual, more artistic. Even today, many call it the cultural soul of Russia. St. Petersburg is different from the rest of Russia because it was always meant to be. It is Russia, but at the same time, it isn't. If you enjoyed this video, you know what you have to do, my friend. Come on, don't be shy, hit those buttons, and you will get more content like this. It was a pleasure to have you here, buddy. Take care, and I hope I will see you in another video.